Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Kallie.
And welcome to this week's episode of Adventures and Mousecapades. This week, Pixie Dust meets Park Hustle and Parenting meets Princesses. That is a lot of alliteration there. Today's guest is one of our very own listeners who reached out with a story that's basically a Disney dream wrapped in running shoes and sprinkled with character moments. And earlier this year, she laced up for the Princess Half Marathon, checking into the Riviera as brand new DVC owners and somehow surviving it all with two little ones in tow. We are diving into her whirlwind weekend at Walt Disney World, the races, the rides, the character hugs, and even the Festival of the Arts, or farts if you're nasty.
Yep.
So grab your Mickey ears, maybe a churro, and settle in because this episode is full-on park hopping, stroller pushing, magic making adventure. Let's go. Welcome, Kallie.
Thank you. Your intros are always the best. I love it. If I could just put that on my Christmas card this year, you've written my Christmas card in a nutshell. That was awesome.
Copyright TM, whatever. Just send us the royalty check. You're good to go.
I love it.
What was Disney's influence on you growing up? Did you visit the parks a lot, or did you just wear out VHS movies?
Oh, all of the above. I was a 1990s born and raised Disney kid.
Yeah.
My parents both worked intense, long hours, but it was so important for my mom to have dinner as a family every night. And so we had a little dinette area in our kitchen with a TV, and she would stick me down with a VHS Disney movie while she made dinner every night. And that was her way of us spending time together while she made dinner before we had dinner as a family. And then as vacations, that's how we spent time as a family. Other than that, I had nannies and daycare full time. And so my grandparents lived in Palm Springs, just a couple hours from Anaheim. And so we would make trips to stay with them and always make a Disney trip out of it. So it was always at Disneyland. I remember going to California Adventure when it first opened and the excitement of that, and now seeing how much it's changed is so cool. And then as I got older, we started going to Disney World, and did that really sink in. So to this day, it's been a big part of my family, and my husband got dragged right into it, and he did not go kicking and screaming. So a fun thing about him is he never really got to go to Disneyland as a kid. He went one time, and then his father had passed away before they got to go to Disney World. And they had said, we're going to wait to travel. We're going to take you guys when you're older. And they never got to take that trip. But his family collected lots of memorabilia, and I got to now keep a lot of that memorabilia, which is so fun. And next year we get to take his whole family to Disney World as a trip.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So it's been a big part of my family, his family, and still remains to be a big part of us. So
awesome.
So how about these days? You've got two younger kiddos. Is it Disney Junior all the time?
All the time. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yes.
We are big fans. My son clicked on to Mickey Mouse Clubhouse right away, and my daughter, I will say, I put a little influence for Disney princesses, but at 1.5, she could name 14 different Disney princesses, and I am so proud. So taking them to Disneyland and Disney World was always part of it. We always said we wouldn't wait to travel.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to learn to travel differently. In this last year, we got to take both of them for their first trips. My son had been to Disneyland once before, but they were both first-timers at Disney World, and that was so special.
I love that. That's so great. So you were in Disney World for the Princess Half Marathon. This was back in February, I think it was.
Yep.
Was this your first runDisney event?
No, this was my 5th runDisney event.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So one thing that has kept me so connected to Disney was finding runDisney, because it was a great way to find when adults take over Disney World, is how I like to put it. It is so fun on race weekends because it's so many adults. Yes, people bring their kids, but so many adults, Disney adults in one spot. And I would imagine that's probably how a Disney cruise is. So
can be.
Depends on the
Yeah.
itinerary. The real long ones, like we've done the Panama Canal crossing a couple times.
Okay.
And that's right in the middle of school year and not typically something that you can bring kids on. And so,
Well, you can. But
well, you
it's
can.
harder.
Yeah, it's very difficult. So instead of like 1,000 kids on the ship, on like even the Wonder, it'll be like 100 kids on the ship.
Yep.
And then it would be, I think both cruises were completely full from a room standpoint, but so there's like 957 rooms. I don't know why I can remember these things. But it was like pretty much all double occupancy at couples, except for like 100 kids sprinkled in there.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it was like 1,900 people in the ship. It was glorious.
Yes.
That sounds kind of like with the Disney Princess, not the Disney Princess, but the Princess cruise we did in Europe. It was like no kids. We were in our 20s and the youngest people on the boat, and it was crazy. We didn't mind it at all. But yeah, so this was my 5th Run Disney event. It kind of was not exactly planned. We had planned to buy DVC, and then when we purchased it and we got those magical beginning points, we said, let's go to Disney World. And knowing we already had planned to go to Disneyland in late 2024, we had said, let's go, and I'm so glad we did. So this was supposed to be our welcome home event, and I just magically tend to plan it over the Disney Princess so I could do that.
Oops.
And then
did I do that? Oh,
did
no.
I do that? Now, unintentionally, because normally Disney Princess is smack dab between the Arts Festival and the Flower Garden. This is the first time I've seen it, and maybe that I've paid attention, that it actually fell on the Arts weekend.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to be a busy weekend? But no regrets. It was totally worth it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So usually with Run Disney, it sells out really quickly. How did timing work out with that?
Timing worked out okay because it does run out. It does go really quickly, and for registrations, you typically have to have a couple browsers up, which I don't like playing that game, but you got to play to win. So I had about 3 different browsers up, and luckily I had the reservation booked before the actual race registration happened.
Okay.
And kind of a tip too is if you don't get a bib, you can also try to work through a charity, which is a great thing to do to raise money. So I kind of had that in my back end. But bad mom moment, I also didn't notice that when I booked it over my 2nd child's birthday.
Details.
And I texted my husband and I said, I booked this over Quinn's birthday, and she was turning 2, my daughter, and he was like, I don't know a better place to celebrate our princess. And I was like, good answer.
True.
It was so much in one weekend. Whirlwind is absolutely true, but the best weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was so awesome.
So who was your support team with you there on the trip?
Yeah, so it was 6 of us total. So it was me and my husband, our 4-year-old son, 2-year-old daughter, and then my dad and my mom.
Oh, nice.
And they were last minute additions. We had called them and said, hey, we're going to do this trip. Do you want to come? We can try to borrow some points already, jump right in the game and try to get a 2-bedroom. And they said, no, we're going to be in California. It's too far. And then my mom got the grandma guilt about 2 months out. Luckily, a little bit before dining reservations were due, and was like, I really want to go to Disney World now with you guys and be there for her birthday. And I was like, well, okay. I joined the wait list for DVC. We did not get the wait list come through, which I didn't really expect because all the things we talked about that was going on that weekend. So I put them at the Caribbean resort, which is, they could walk over to the Riviera, and we took the same Skyliner. So that was great. Was their experience the same there as it was at Riviera? No, it was not. But they were troopers, and they had a great weekend. They used the room as a sleeping quarters only. So
Perfect.
Nothing against the Caribbean, but it wasn't.
No. But I mean, when you have the Riviera at your beck and call, like, come on, we're gonna stay at the Riviera, of course.
Yeah.
And this was your first stay at the Riviera, right?
Yes, this was
Okay.
our welcome home visit. So
Nice.
it was awesome. We flew in, and my mom, of course, was like, "Hey, I know we had booked Mears to take us, but my mom was like, I really would like to go private." And I was like, "Okay, you got Riviera taste. I like it. We'll go private." So I did. I shopped around for a few different businesses, and taking a private cab and trying to get car seats was hard. I booked Mears because that way I didn't have to bring car seats at all that weekend. But I found Away We Go, and they were awesome. They met us at baggage claim, which was total pixie dust because normally you have to pay more for that, but they were so
Yeah.
kind. They met us at baggage claim, walked us to the car, had the car seats installed, and it was so cool. Shout out to Magical Mike, not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Yes.
Magical Mike.
Very different.
Very different Mike. Magical Mike did all the impressions of the Fab Five Disney characters as we went under the Disney World gate, and was totally just enlightening us. Now, it was me and my parents and my husband that were awake. My children were completely knocked out in the car seat. So he did it again once they woke up, but it was such a magical thing. And then we arrived at the Riviera, and I felt like $1,000,000 because when you're arriving in, private car to this beautiful resort. They took our bags. I had ordered groceries from Instacart, and they had them all there at Bell Service in the refrigerator for me. And brought everything up to the room for us. And we were just immediately in awe. And we went with our standard view, which was a view of the EPCOT ball and fireworks.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Standard.
standard.
That old thing.
That old
Fine.
thing.
Yeah.
So that is where we got to watch fireworks every night, which was so cool.
Oh, talk about pixie dust. That's
Yeah,
so great.
yeah. I know. I've been warned that sometimes for the welcome home visits, they throw a little pixie dust on you. But I've also heard that with Riviera, standard view usually means EPCOT view, and water view or premium view is water view.
Yep.
So I don't think you can go wrong.
Technically, I guess that would be the back of the building, like overlooking the lake.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So if you're on the front of the building, oh no,
no.
you have to look at EPCOT like
Yeah.
across the street.
Yeah.
Gee, how thank you for roughing it, for the
Nobody
rest of
wants to
us.
see Spaceship Earth. I mean, ugh.
No.
Nobody
It was-
needs to see Luminous every night. It's
I know.
fine.
It was fine. The fireworks and everything. I mean, it was such a drag. It kept us up. No,
The nerve
No.
of these people. Jeez.
I know. No, we came up with a ritual. Every night we couldn't make it to fireworks with the kids. We pulled them too hard all day. And so we had this ritual where my parents would go down to the Riva bar by the pool, go get us drinks. We'd put the kids to bed, and then we'd all sit out, watch the fireworks, and have our drinks.
Nice.
And I don't think we were slumming it too bad.
No, that sounds okay. And you still had the one bedroom?
We did. So we had a 1-bedroom, which worked out great. We put the baby in the crib. She was 2, but
Yeah.
put her in the crib in our room. And then our son slept on that cool little fold down bed from
Yeah.
underneath the TV that has a big Mickey emblem behind it. And he just thought that was the coolest thing in the whole world. So we really enjoyed it. I mean, everything about the Riviera was gorgeous. And it was in such great condition, honestly. Like, we didn't have any complaints about our room. The staff were wonderful. If I ever called them about anything, which was usually like, I'm ready for my groceries, or hey, can we get a high chair? They were up in our room within 5 minutes,
Wow.
That's awesome.
which is definitely the benefit of staying in a tower. They get there in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was so impressed with DVC. I mean, they had, everything from the, I could do a load of laundry to, the vacuum if you need to vacuum real quick or something. So I just really appreciated all the efforts that they put in there. And having that kind of double-sided bathroom was so nice too. It was just gorgeous. So it was a win. We felt good about it.
Yeah, of course. As DVC owners and podcast hosts, every once in a while we entertain like we should just stay everywhere on property so we can compare them all. I'm like, I don't really want to not stay at a DVC resort. It's good to be spoiled.
Unless it's Destino Tower at Coronado
Okay,
Springs.
that's fair. I'll give you that one.
I will give you, that was my favorite hotel until I went to the Riviera.
Yeah.
Because we stayed in the tower and it was amazing. Amazing.
Yep.
There's a bunch of options on where to buy DVC points. What led you all to get points at the Riviera?
So we bought direct through Disney for Riviera. We decided to buy direct through Disney because we have FOMO, and if there's benefits, we want them.
Yeah.
So that was definitely our number one choice, was to buy direct. I went through the website and went through every single resort, even if they were listing for sale or for not, and just looked at all the different rooms. The Riviera appealed to me, one, for space. Having two toddlers that are high speed, having that extra space when we were really always going to aim for a one bedroom was going to be perfect. The location, we love EPCOT. We're big EPCOT fans. Having the Skyliner as an option is awesome. And then the pools, the play area for the kids, which was such a hit for my kids. And then just the overall amenities. We like staying in a tower. I know it's not for everybody, but we're walking all day. I like being close to the amenities, having the great coffee shop, a fast, quick serve restaurant available, and for the trips down the road, the adults only pool.
Yes. Yeah, I can say, we love our visits to Animal Kingdom Lodge, but at the end of a very long park day, and your room is at the end of one of those wings, you're like, what are we doing here? This is just wrong.
Keeps going and going and going.
Yes.
In my very first RunDisney, I stayed at the Caribbean resort, and then I've stayed at the Coronado a few times too. And there's some walks involved. And when you just ran a half marathon and you have to get back to your room, it's just not where you want to go. So
No.
When in 2020, 2 weeks before the pandemic, we did the Princess Half. And we stayed in Destino Tower. And so that was my last day before the pandemic. And once I stayed in a tower after a race, I was like, yep.
This is it.
This is how it's
This
going
is
to
it
be
for
from now
me.
on.
Yeah.
All right. So you were in town for a race, but of course you've got two kids, and the grandparents count a little, I suppose, but mostly it's the two kids. I'm assuming you had some park time planned. What did you do that first full day?
So the first full day that we got in, we had to go to the expo. So I guess I'm backing up. So we got in on a Thursday, and we had to go to the race expo. And the race expo is held at the Worldwide Sports, and it's so fun because they have characters there and food and drinks and stuff.
Nice.
So we went and did that, and then we hit the beds early because we did Magic Kingdom on our first full day on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we got up and we did early entry at 8:30. And we took the bus there, which a lot of people don't mind buses, or, mind buses. Buses are fine for us. My only parent tip out there is to bring backpacks, because you have to fold up the stroller to get all to fit on the bus. And if you have loose items, it is such a pain to hold water bottles, toys, bubble wands, and your child. So our tip is to throw everything in two backpacks, and one person gets the backpack and the kids, and the other person gets the stroller. Now, we were very fortunate. We had grandparents that were happy to help with the load.
Yeah. That's a fantastic tip.
Yeah. It is. Yes.
But we got it at 8:30. This was my first time using the new Lightning Lane process. So before this, I had, it was Genie Plus. So this is my first time using the new Lightning Lane. So I had booked out 7 days in advance.
Yeah.
And now they had tried to set me up for success. And now this was my first fail. When I had booked it, they had offered me all afternoon Lightning Lanes for the rides that we wanted to do. And I was like, no, I want those in the morning so I can get more for the afternoon, like the old Genie Plus, and that would work out pretty well. And that did not work out well because everything is gone by the afternoon. And so when we were in the park at 8:30, we were able to walk on to everything until 10. And walk on. Okay, it was like a 25-minute wait at Peter Pan, which is basically a walk on.
Right.
Versus,
versus 2 hours. That's 100% a walk on.
A walk on. Yeah. It's to the point where we're like, but wait, I really wanted to see more of the queue. The queue is so cool at Peter Pan. Of course, my kids didn't feel that way. But we did Winnie the Pooh, Little Mermaid, It's a Small World, Peter Pan, all before 10 a.m.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, as we were walking through the queues, I'm like trying to cancel my Lightning Lanes to get more, because I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I had booked all these Lightning Lanes, but luckily I had Jungle Cruise and Pirates for the afternoon, so I was able to grab those. But it worked out really well. We hit those rides first thing. We want to hit Fantasyland first thing, and then right as we were getting out, the story time with Belle starts at 10:30. I didn't realize it started later. I had gone up to a cast member and said, is this open? And they're like, yeah, it doesn't open until 10:30. So we got right in line for that and ended up being like, I think the second group that went through. Yeah. So that was super fun for the kids. It's such a cool thing to have the kids interact there. That was definitely, I think, one of their favorites.
Nice.
So, yeah. And then we hit Jungle Cruise, Pirates in the afternoon. The nice thing about having grandparents is that we could switch off. We tried to only do lightning lanes for rides that everybody could do, so anything without a height limit. But we could switch off doing the Haunted Mansion, which I know doesn't have a height limit, but I was not about to subject my kids to that quite yet. You just don't know. It's a little spooky. Yeah. So then in the afternoon, we went to Jungle Cruise and Pirates. We got to see Cinderella's stepsisters. They came up and surprised my husband. They kind of snuck up behind him and go, boo, and that's so funny.
I've never met them. I want to meet them so bad.
They are hilarious. I love when they sing, if you can ever catch them doing the Sweet Nightingale song. That's really fun to see them do. So they were amazing. Now, as kids do, they started to fall. So we bring our double bobs, so they were ready for their nap, and so so that's when we got to take turns going on some rides. So we got on. We did Autotopia and Dumbo. We did those with the kids, but I'm trying to think what else we went on that.
You didn't take the 2-year-old on Tron?
No. Weird. Honestly, she would have went for it. Like, she would have been fine. Like, the 2-year-old will go on anything. She gets freaked out at first, but then she's like, okay. And then at the end, she goes, I did it. And it's the best. My 4-year-old is my cautious one, but he still talks about pirates. When we do the Pirates, he still talks about, remember when we took the boats to see the pirates and they were shooting cannons? I was like, remember when we went on that ride where we went up to the pirates and stuff? But he still talks about when we went to California. He still recites Mickey's Runaway Railroad. Oh, we got on that train and Mickey got on the wrong track and then Goofy lost us, and it's so fun to hear them repeat. There's so many parents out there that say, oh, I'll take them when they remember, and I'm like, hey, my 4-year-old, he remembers. And it's so cool. So such a gift to be able to do that with them. Sadly, Thunder Mountain was down, so we couldn't do that. And I tried my best to get a lightning lane for Mine Train, but they were sold out.
That's a toughie.
So, and then Space Mountain kept getting pushed, and that's something that we were going to try to switch off between, but having the grandparents there so someone could stay with the kids. But I am sad, but very happy to say that I finally went on the People Mover. I had never been on it. It is such a good ride.
It's amazing.
It's our favorite. It's our favorite.
It's way faster.
Yeah.
I don't know why I hadn't been on. There's always a couple things you're like, I've actually never done that. Like, I've been in the Tiki Room like 1,000 times, but I've never been on the People Mover. And it is way faster. Like, when you go into the blackout spot, I was grabbing onto my 4-year-old, like, don't jump out. It's going fast. But what a cool way to see everything. And and we did Buzz Lightyear, which of course they loved. So
awesome.
They really had a great time. And then of course we watched the parade that came through with their floats, and then we happened to catch, I think, 2 of the cavalcades that they do at the castle with the fireworks, and that was great. I mean, they literally, I think my daughter slept through about half of it. We got her a churro. Because that's like the only churro cart we could find at Disney World. Not a lot of churros there.
It's okay.
They're not great.
They're not.
The humidity just nukes them. Even in February when it's not as hot, it's just, it's not the same. Disneyland cart churros are where it's at.
They are the best. My mom was so excited to find them that she went and bought them, and I think my daughter fell asleep with the churro in her mouth watching the cavalcade. She was so tired.
That's perfect.
But some people choose to go back to the hotel, but we rally. The kids sleep great in the bob, so we just push on, and it's a great time to take a snack break or do some adult rides and switch off for resting our feet.
Please tell me you got a picture of the kiddo with a churro asleep.
If I have it, I will find it for you. I think I definitely have one of her awake, but I have some. We have lots of character pictures of them asleep, and the characters going. Shh. I think we have one with Chip and Dale and one with Woody, or not Woody, with Tigger and stuff. So we had so much fun with that. Yeah, and then that took us to the afternoon. We went to Crystal Palace for dinner. And this was actually my first time going to Crystal Palace where the characters were there. I've been before for non-character dining, especially after COVID, because it took a while for them to come back.
Is that the Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
One? Okay.
So it's right outside of the castle, and it's a nice spot because it is buffet. So the food is pretty decent, I would say. And it's pricey. It's about $60 for an adult, $40 for a kid.
Yeah, character dining is always pretty pricey.
Yeah, but they have lots of options. They have Tigger and Eeyore and Piglet that come around to the table. And it's pretty casual. It's kind of quick. It's not as long as some other character dining, I would say. They're kind of in and out for the picture. And then at the end of your dinner, you're invited to go see Pooh Bear, who's up at the front.
Got it.
So, and you can do a picture with them. But yeah, but the food is very good. It's really nice at the end of a long day. My husband and I have kind of made a habit of making a reservation here because when you're done and you want to maybe take a break till fireworks, you can put your feet up and enjoy dinner. So that was kind of always been our spot to go. So it was fun to take the kids there and get to experience that. Typically, we would hang out there before we'd go see fireworks. The kids were not going to make it to fireworks.
Right.
We were okay with that. So it was still a great place. We get to see Tigger and Eeyore and Piglet and then end the dinner with Pooh after you've finished your meal. But the food there is pretty good. And though it's pricey, it is a nice way to rest your feet and get a good meal and also see some characters while you're at it. My daughter previously has not been into characters in big costumes, but she went right for it this time. And I have just
awesome.
the biggest spot in my heart for Pooh Bear with that. Yeah, it was so perfect. And then while we were sitting there at dinner and it was just starting to get chilly outside, I finally got the ping on my phone that we were ready for the Tiana virtual queue. And I look at my husband because I had joined the queue like first thing in the morning when we got there. And I was like, yes, it's time. And my husband looks at me and goes, absolutely not. I was like, what do you mean? Because when we had gone in California, we had gone to California in November to Disneyland, and they were doing cast member and Disney Key could get on the ride. And I had asked, well, what about DVC? And they were like, DVC? No, we don't. No, DVC doesn't get on. And I was like, didn't Disney World do a DVC could get on for like a day or so early, I think?
I think so. But it also may have just been the timing of when you were there in Disneyland. They may not have been doing that yet. So
maybe.
Yeah.
They were pretty much
Bummer.
like, no. I was like, oh, okay. So this was my chance. This is my chance.
Yeah.
And my husband was like, no. And I had brought flip flops and a full like body shield to wear to go down this because I was like, I'm gonna get wet and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna do it. I have to do it by myself. But it was late. It was getting cold. It was dark, and I was like, my husband said, it's not like we're not coming back. And I said, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll hold off for now, but I still kick myself about it that I didn't get to ride it. So, but it's
There's
okay.
Always
so,
next time. Your husband has a point.
Always next time. Yes. But then honestly, I kind of got out of the mood because while we have experienced before people moving our stroller, I mean, they were getting ready for fireworks. So they had moved our stroller like all the way over to like Casey's corner. And
Oh my gosh.
if you ever go and notice how many black double bobs there are at Disney, there's a lot. So there come the searching. We're looking, you look bad because you're looking underneath all of them to see which bags are yours. And I had put a sign on mine, but you couldn't see it. It was a sea of black double bobs. But we did find it. Someone told me to air tag it. I didn't do it. And that is advice I would pass on to the next person.
That is
Just air tag
smart.
it.
I hadn't thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
We air tag our suitcases. I mean,
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah. Well, next time you bring a stroller, now you know.
It'll be a while.
It'll be a hot minute. Yeah. The 20-year-old finally graduated from a stroller, and the 14-year-old he's okay with that. We'll make him walk. I'm tired of carrying
he's okay with that. Yeah. Hey, I would take a stroller at Disney, no problem. But I'll tell you, if you want to get anywhere in a crowd, just get behind a mom in a double bob, like a mom who's got a lightning lane, a double bob. will part anybody. I mean, that was the secret to getting through EPCOT, was just follow the double bobs. They will part everybody.
That's amazing.
So yeah, then after that, after we found the stroller, we got back and put the kids to bed, got some gelato because they have an awesome gelato cart at the Riviera too, down by the pool, and relaxed and watched the fireworks after we put the kids down. So that was
awesome.
That was a great way to end the night.
Day 2, what'd you hit up?
Day 2 was EPCOT, and
Okay.
we knew we were only going to be able to hit 2 parks. And so the decision to go to EPCOT was clear because of the Arts Festival.
Yes. You got to go see farts.
Yeah. You got to go see farts. You got to see it. So the highlight of the festival was actually when I got to see Paige O'Hara was there. Oh. She was signing her original artwork because she paints Belle.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And so she was there with her original artwork. If people bought it, she would sign it and take a picture with you. So naturally, I turned to my husband and was like, I need $2,000 right now, and I need to go do this. For some reason, he just crushed my parade again and was like, we're not doing that.
Do we need to have a chat?
Yeah, you know, he's asleep right now. We should probably go get him because no, I can't be too harsh because he was really excited to buy DVC, so I have to give him credit there. And
There you go.
yeah, so but we were walking around. This was toward the end of our day. I saw her and I just got starstruck.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, "Who is it?" I'm like, "It's the voice of Belle. She's a Disney legend. She's right there." And they're like, "Okay, that's great. You want to go get a picture?" I'm like, "There's a line. You got to buy something. I don't know if I could do this." Yeah, so that was definitely the highlight of the festival. But we really had a great time. We from the Riviera, we took the Skyliner, which is my first time taking the Skyliner too. And I've always stayed at bus resorts, so that was really cool to take the Skyliner. And I really enjoyed it. It was nice. Only our family fit in it with the double bob. Again, you know, kind of a perk. No one can sit with you because it takes up the whole thing. And we got to go on a nice ride. And it drops you off in the back of France there. And we walked in, and my husband was sad because I had prioritized our lightning lane that day for the Frozen ride.
Right.
And he really wanted to do Remy's Ratatouille. And so when we got in, he was like, "Let's rope drop it." And I said, "Okay, you go for it." We decided I wasn't going to do it. I don't do as well with some screen rides. And so I said, I'm going to hold off. And it was my daughter's 2nd birthday that day. So we said, I'm going to entertain her and hang out with her. And my husband went and did it, loved it with my son and my father. And my mom and I were just kind of strolling around taking pictures in France. And then there's this line forming in the back of France. We're like, there's this line. I wonder what this line's for. It must be something good. We should go get in line. And so we finally asked people in front of us, and we said, "What is this for?" And they said, the bakery.
Oh yeah.
And we said, "Oh, what's it called?"
Yes.
And the guy goes, "The bakery." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Is it good?" And this gal goes on this long tangent. Yeah, the rotisserie, yeah, about everything that they had. And so, yeah, we ended up waiting for about 30, 40 minutes. The whole time that they were in line for there, we just said, okay, we'll just wait in line for here. And we came out with the biggest tray of 6 to 8 different pastries. I mean, we had streusels and powdered donuts and was it a bacon roll that they make? A bacon roll? And chocolate croissants. I mean, we got everything. We got everything we could fit on this tray. And when they got off of Ratatouille, which they had loved it, we all enjoyed and sat in France and enjoyed our pastries. So that was definitely a highlight. That was so fun.
That sounds amazing.
So
breakfast with the Le Patisserie sounds amazing.
Yes.
You played it right.
So good. Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite there? Have you been there?
We have, and it's everything is our favorite there.
The baguettes are to die for, and I love the chocolate croissants.
Yes, the chocolate croissants. Those were excellent.
We often get way too many things.
Yeah. I think that's standard. I think that's what they go for. They give you the trays for a reason.
Right.
They don't give you a tray to get one item. You get a tray to get multiple items.
Yes.
So yeah, that was awesome. And then we started our walk around the lake. And as we were doing this, I was dropping my lightning lanes because once again, I booked them all for the morning and not for the afternoon. And initially I was thinking, oh, the kids will nap in the afternoon and, the kids don't nap at Disney, they just fall. Like they just crash.
Yeah.
So we just so I was dropping them as we were walking on, and we did, Figment. We walked through Moana. We did Nemo and Friends. They could have stayed forever in the aquarium.
Yes.
They literally could have spent the whole day in there. They loved it so much.
It's so good there.
That was super fun. Fun fact, I've actually gone scuba diving in the seas.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
In their largest.
They're bringing it back too.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was fun. They had 2 sharks at the time that always swam in a figure 8. And they told us, as sharks lose their teeth, they have rows of teeth and they constantly regrow them. And they said, if you want to go find some shark teeth, you're welcome to. The best spot is right in the middle of that figure 8. So you just go swim right there in the middle of the figure 8. It'll be fine. Just grab some shark teeth.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But that was so fun. But that was quite a few years ago. That was back. I had an internship in Orlando, and I did that for a fun kind of Thanksgiving celebration. So that was fun to show the kids that. And they loved Moana Journey with Water. That was so fun.
It's fun. It's really neat. And just all the rock work in there and finding the characters hiding is really fun.
Yeah. It's humid in there.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like we were all overheated. And so then you were, when you get to kind of the play area with the water, you're just like, all right, bring it on. I'm ready to get wet because it's humid in here. But that was amazing. And then we decided to try my son on Soarin'. We knew that he was going to be borderline height. He's not known for his height. He doesn't do well with ranking high on the height scale for being 4. But I guess when they went to go measure him, they had to bring a manager out for a second opinion. And with a little bit of pixie dust, he made the cut, and he got to go on Soarin' and loved it. So that was excellent.
Yay.
We did the dance party with Encanto, which they loved. I didn't really know what to expect, but I thought maybe they would have some actual characters come out, which they didn't. It was more of a hosted party.
Oh, they didn't have Mirabelle or Bruno come out?
No, not during the one we went to.
Huh.
Interesting.
So I know they had them like every 2 or 3 hours, I think.
That's over by Communicore Hall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
Okay.
maybe that was just our luck. But nonetheless, the kids loved it. They loved the music.
Good.
My son was dancing. He loved the part where he got to go up and show off his big, strong muscles. So that was super fun. We really enjoyed, they had a lot of the topiaries out already since the Garden Festival was starting the next weekend. So we got to enjoy a lot of those. They weren't like, they had light effects or something. They weren't turned on, but they were so fun to get to see.
Yeah.
And then I booked my dad on Guardians of the Galaxy, and he did awesome. But I'll never forget him walking out of there with his hair standing straight up and just looking at me like, "What was that?" But my husband had never been on it, so I booked them both lightning lanes for it. I think it's individual lightning lane, right?
Yes.
That you buy for that, yeah. And they had the greatest time. They both loved it. But
Awesome.
my dad walked out. He's 70, and his hair was straight up in the air, and was like, "Wow."
Well, your dad is better than I, because I do not walk off that ride quickly.
I remember that and from your podcast, and I decided I was not going to try that on me. That was not going to be my day. I had a race the next day, and I was not about to feel that. Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah, and then we finally got to make our way over for our early dinner in Norway at Akershus.
Sure.
I have no
that
idea
one.
how to say it. Yeah.
I looked it up. Akershus. You're supposed to
Something.
say it like Akershus. Yes, the Royal Banquet Hall for dinner.
That one.
The Royal Banquet Hall. I had booked this 60 days out.
Okay.
And when I had made the reservation, I was trying to go for 2 things. I was trying to get Topolino's, and that is my one regret from that and Tiana's Bayou that I could not get. I should have joined Mouse Tracker or something and paid for the app, because by myself I could not get it. I was checking every day to get Topolino's, and I should have tried to book that first, but instead I was more worried about getting my daughter her birthday dinner. And so I went for that first, and that does not fill up as fast So that was kind of interesting to me. And reading up about the food, it is served family style. So there's you can pick a drink, and then they'll bring you salad and different types of rolls and cheeses in the beginning. But then they have one straight menu, and it's served family style. And not family style as in different platters. It is all on one platter. So all of the food touches, which is kind of interesting. So the eggs are touching the potatoes, which is touching the veggies, which is touching the salmon, which is fine if you're okay with your food touching. But if you are someone who doesn't like that, it might not suit you.
Just be aware.
Just be aware of that. Yeah. But we arrived there. Another interesting thing about this dinner experience is that when you arrive, they seat you. It's almost like a dinner show. So it's not continuous dining like Crystal Palace, right? Where you have a reservation, you come in and the characters are constantly roaming. Yeah. This is definitely more of a show style where they there's one reservation, they bring you all in at once, everyone gets seated, and then they bring out the princesses. So it's kind of like the service all happens in a flow of like a dinner show. So they'll come in and seat you, and your waiter will come out and introduce himself. They'll bring you a little signature card that talks about some of the princesses that might come, and there's about 7 or 8 on there. And they said, you'll meet 5 of them today. It could be anyone on this sheet.
Okay.
And so we got to meet Belle, Snow White, Ariel, Jasmine, and Rapunzel. So we were not complaining. These are all wonderful princesses that my daughter knows and loves. So that was very fun. So they have you come in, and they first bring you like different breads and rolls and cheeses, and some are native to Norway. There's an awesome goat cheese that my dad and I loved. That was really tasty. And then they bring out a salad that has a lot of cabbage and stuff in it, which it was actually pretty tasty. It had like a nice vinaigrette dressing, and we all really enjoyed that. And then your drinks, of course. Yeah. And then at this point, that's when the princesses start coming around. So they'll come around to each table. And it's nice. They'll spend a couple minutes with you. We always bring a signature book for the kids, not because we necessarily care about the signatures, but just because it gives the kids something to do of like a point of interaction. I feel like that kind of breaks the ice. Like, oh, I know what to do with my hands when I meet this princess. I'm going to give her this. And they were all so wonderful. And they all spent a couple minutes with us talking and chatting, and we'd ask them questions about, we asked Belle where the beast was, and we asked Rapunzel where her chameleon was, Pascal, and we asked Jasmine what Aladdin was up to today. And that was really fun. They had a really good time conversating with them. And they were definitely a little starstruck, but my daughter was wide-eyed and excited and would awesome, oftentimes look past the princess that was visiting at the next princess and be like, look. And I was like, wait, hold on. We got to focus on the one that's here. So she's like, nope, hurry up, next. So we really enjoyed it. And then about every 15 minutes, they kind of did what was like a princess parade, where they would dance around the room, and they'd all kind of, rotate, and they'd kind of jog along and rotate, and they'd twirl and they'd spin and they'd dance, and then to music, and they would stop, and then they'd go back to greeting and talking to people. So that was kind of a fun little parade of princesses. Nice. But it was really nice. I would say that my son is a picky eater and an allergy kid. So we did warn them of that. And Go Disney, they brought him out his own platter of food that had an allergy marker in it.
Nice.
He's allergic to sesame, so there wasn't actually anything within the food. Sesame's in a lot of breads. Yep. And they actually didn't have anything with sesame in it, but they just said, due to cross-contamination with other people's hands, we just want to make sure that he has his own plate. So they brought him out his own platter of food. He didn't touch it, but we had a great time. But the food was, it was decent. The best description that someone gave on a review, and I really think this was the best way someone could describe it, was, it's not what I would have ordered, but I liked it. And I think that's the best way to put it. Like, the salmon was good. The potatoes were good. The veggies were good. The only thing on the menu that none of us liked was the mac and cheese. Oh. It was not American style mac and cheese. So that was kind of a womp womp. Now the kids were hungry, so they ate some. But they were so amazed by the princesses. And the way that our family thinks of character dining is that it's really just a great way to meet all the characters without having to stand in line and have your kids wait 45 minutes for each one. So the food is the bonus, but we really think of character dining as a great way to meet the characters and in an enjoyable experience for these young kids that we're not waiting in constant lines. So the food is a benefit. But I honestly will say that we enjoyed the food, but it's not what we would have ordered, but it was enjoyable.
Was it still a good birthday celebration?
It was a great birthday celebration. The
Perfect.
princesses made it, and then I did order the Mickey Mouse chocolate mousse cake, which you can add to your order, or you can add to your reservation. They bring it out. They brought out a candle. We got to sing to her happy birthday, and it was the top on the cake. It was the candle on the cake. It was awesome. So it was the perfect way to celebrate. And then we just ended our night with a walk back to the Skyliner, a ride home, and then the typical put the kids to bed and have a drink.
Yeah.
Except for me, because I had a race the next morning.
I was just gonna say. I mean, now we've got day 3 dawns. Well, excuse me, correction. Day 3 hasn't dawned yet.
Yes.
And you're getting up to go run 13 miles.
Yeah.
How did you get over to the starting corral, and where was that?
Yeah, so the starting corral is actually back at EPCOT. It's in the parking lot of EPCOT.
Okay.
The best part about staying at a Disney resort before a race is they have bus transportation to those corrals. And
Got
those
it.
start at about 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
You can get up there. So at 2, now I if you are in the first couple heats, if you are going to race under a timed restraint where you are saying that you're going to qualify under a certain time, you got to get there even earlier. As for me, that's not my game. I'm there to have a good time and see the parks and the early entry, shall I say? So I get up about 2:45 and try to get to the buses by about 3:15.
Okay.
And the corrals, typically by the time I get there and you get through security and all the checkpoints and all that, it's a thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to wait for the bus to get there. You typically get in about 4 a.m. is
Okay.
what time I got there. I met up with some friends. That was kind of the fun thing. I've been running races with 2 of my friends for a few years. And when I told them, hey, I think I'm going to go run the Disney Princess, I mean, they took no convincing. They were both, okay, that's great. I'll meet you there. So I got to meet them there. Sadly, we were in different corrals, but we got to meet up during the race.
Nice.
It's just the best thing. Run Disney is such a positive atmosphere of supportive adults, and it just is truly wonderful. I've never met anyone who puts on a better race and puts on a better atmosphere. And it was amazing. We got to run by the Grand Floridian and the Polynesian, and then into Magic Kingdom, and then you loop around back to Epcot. So there is a lot of road running, but you do get to see lots of characters along the way. You run into the sunrise, and right when it starts to get blazing hot at like 7 a.m., you finally find the finish line. So, and you get the most expensive banana you've ever bought, but it's worth it. So they do a great meal pack, and then they also provide buses back to the hotel,
Got it.
which is super nice. Yeah.
So how did you spend the day after the race? And please tell us you didn't go to a park and put in another 20,000 steps.
I have absolutely done that, and that was not the plan. I have.
Good.
So typically in past races, we would actually go over to Universal and we'd go do Harry Potter. We would just go do the Harry Potter, and I would come back dying and just say I regret it. But sometimes I think to myself, my feet are going to hurt either way. It might as well hurt with a view, like just go have some fun. But we went back and enjoyed a pool day at the Riviera. So we got to take advantage of the resort. The Cebu Play area is so fun for the kids. I got in trouble. I was trying to show my daughter how to go down the slide there, and I quickly got reminded by a very nice lifeguard that only people 48 inches and smaller could go down the slide in the Cebu Place. So note to self, no more having fun in that area. But
Not on that one.
Not on that one. But they do have an awesome big slide on their family pool, and that was so fun. They had some beach balls out in the pool, and my son really wanted to play with one. And another kid came up and got it. And so one of the lifeguards had called to another lifeguard and said, hey, bring another beach ball if you can for this kid. And I guess they thought that my son needed medical attention. So literally within like 3 minutes, there was 2 like Disney EMTs coming out with their medical packs, like running to the pool. I mean, it was impressive. We're like, no, we're just looking for a beach ball. And the next guy was so nice. He came back with like rubber ducks for them and beach balls. And, was, he was so kind. The staff there were just amazing. There is a pool bar right there. I found myself quickly in the hot tub and left to be babysitting to my family. Another great win of inviting the grandparents, which really there's no better parenting tip for Disneyland or Disney World than bring the grandparents. That's absolutely essential.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah, so we got to enjoy the pool and then made our way to downtown Disney.
Nice. And where'd you go for dinner?
We went to the Boathouse, which is our favorite restaurant. We love seeing the amphibian cars go in and out of the water there. And they have great food. And they bring out little aqua car food boxes for the kids. So like their meals come in little aqua car boxes and stuff, which the kids thought was so fun. And yeah, we tried to make it to Gideon's Cookies. Apparently there's a queue to get a cookie.
There can be.
There can be. So we did not make it to there. So we had to settle back with those darn drinks at the Riviera again. It's just a bummer that we keep finding ourselves back at that bar.
Yeah.
Still yummy.
Still yummy.
Yes.
But have you tried the Riviera cookie?
I don't think I have.
No.
So the Riviera has a signature cookie. And now, hear me out. It sounds a little weird because I did not think it was going to be good, but they were so rich and delicious. It is like a standard, chocolate chip cookie, but with pistachios, walnuts, extra chocolate chips, dried cherries, and salt.
Oh, yeah. The salt's going to really kick up the chocolate.
Yeah. So it is a super sweet, rich, and salty cookie. And I am normally not someone who goes for nuts and cookies, but oh my gosh, was this cookie good. And it was super big. And that was how we had to end our trip, was with the signature cookie. And I was impressed. The Riviera cookie is worth the hype.
Hey, Nathan.
Yeah.
Can we go to Riviera so I can get a cookie?
Okay.
Perfect.
Twist my arm.
The banana bread is supposed to be another thing that is signature out of their quick serve restaurant.
Ooh.
It was okay.
I love
okay.
banana bread.
It was. I love banana bread too, but it wasn't. I get the cookie. Wouldn't give it, but get both.
Yeah. Well, I would also recommend getting anything, especially the steak on the menu at Topolino's. But that's yeah. You didn't. So you mentioned there are services that can help you find out when those openings do crop up. We use Mouse Dining.
Okay.
And pay the, I forget, it's not that much. Like I think we have I think we still have an annual membership because last year we were in Florida a bunch and it was like, I don't know, $20 for the year for them to like, you can do it for free and it'll email you when something goes open. But if you pay a little bit of money, they will text you. So it's kind of like near real time instant and you can go right in. And I don't know how they magically find this stuff. It's clearly tied into their back end system. And as soon as somebody does a cancellation and it meets your criteria for the search, you get a text with a link to Disney's dining website and you go book it. And we have scored a bunch of reservations that way. So
yeah.
Very cool. I will definitely do that next time because I was very crushed that we did not make it to Topolino's. But as my husband said, next time we will go. So
there's always a next time.
That's the best part about being a DVC is that there's always a next time.
Exactly.
That was his winning statement all weekend. Next time. Okay. Yeah, so that was kind of the trip in a nutshell. The next day, the wonderful service came and picked us up again, and we just kind of touted our way to the airport.
Yes.
We didn't do anything super special that morning. We did walk around the resort a little bit more and take in the art. So we walked some of the hallways to look at the beautiful art there, and really also take in the carpets. Like the detail in this resort is incredible.
It is.
And I mean, you could see the characters in everything. And I think one thing that I had heard before going to Riviera was one of the complaints was, well, it just doesn't have a grand lobby. But I found their lobby to be sweet and comfortable and actually a place I'd want to sit.
Yeah.
Because some of the lobbies are so loud that I was like, I can't find a flaw here. I don't find one. I haven't found it yet. I'm a big fan.
The DVC only resorts don't have
the grand lobbies.
the 6-story tall, super big lobby that the hotels do, unless you're at a location that is a mixed hotel and DVC resort.
Okay.
It's just not that grand entrance, but you're still staying at a deluxe place with incredible service. And oh, by the way, you have a kitchen and a dining room and a living room, and like they're just fantastic spots for DVC.
Yeah.
But I don't want to start sounding like a sales pitch again, so I will leave it at that.
It's truly we did buy it sight unseen, so we did not go on any tours. I had been to many Disney resorts. I've been at Disney many times and just trusted the process. I did do my online research. I did do lots of virtual tours, and really felt like I had a pretty good idea of what we were getting ourselves into. But it always is that extra satisfactory when you get to go and say, oh, thank God, this turned out good.
Always a plus. Yes.
Yeah. That was our trip. It was a whirlwind, as you said. The kids, both first visits, total success, minimal meltdowns. Really so much fun in one weekend. I'm really glad that we took the pool day. It was definitely needed. And, we are already excited to go back for our next trip.
Awesome.
Which I wish was sooner, but just going to have to wait till 2026.
Well, now, as you know, you're a listener. It's time for Alicia's patented Disney torture test. But you sound like you know what you've got going on. You'll probably be okay, but still, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is just your Disney favorites from everything under Mickey's umbrella. So you can choose from Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, whichever you like.
Okay.
It's painless, I promise.
I feel like I've practiced my answers for these before, but now the pressure is on.
Playing along at home. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite Disney character?
I'm going to go with Cinderella.
Okay.
I do have her castle tattooed on my foot, so I feel like there's a lifelong attachment there.
Nice.
Your favorite movie?
Now I sound repetitive if I say Cinderella live action, but that is true. My kids have been really into Aladdin live action recently. And so that's been really fun family movie we've been watching a lot.
Cool.
There's Swifties out there for Taylor Swift, but my kids are Smithies for Will Smith. So anything he sings, they're a big fan.
That's awesome.
Favorite ride?
Splash Mountain.
There you go.
Okay.
I said what I said. I haven't been on Tiana's Bayou, but so I'm sure it's amazing. But I was so sad. I have so many sentimental memories on Splash Mountain and at both parks. And I will say that I'm so looking forward to Tiana's Bayou when I finally get to go. But for now, the actual running ride, I would still say Jungle Cruise.
Okay.
Got it.
Disney World or Disneyland?
Oh, this is the worst question. Absolute worst. If I'm going to go on a vacation tomorrow, take me to Disney World for the bubble. But if you were to ask me what is my favorite, I'm going to say Disneyland, because the older I get, the more nostalgic I get.
Yeah.
And Disneyland has full nostalgia for me.
Yeah. I explained that to somebody just yesterday
Yeah.
of There's something about Walt's original park. There's something about how small and walkable and quaint and just compact and amazing everything is there. But the Disney bubble in Florida is real.
Yeah,
real.
You can't discount that. Yeah.
And we go under that, welcome to Disney World sign, and blood pressure drops 25 points instantly. It's just, it's a thing.
It's a thing. And I would go there any day of the week. You don't have that at Disneyland, but when you're in Disneyland, it's the magic right there.
Yeah.
I will say, when I go to Disney World and I go to Magic Kingdom and I go to Fantasyland, I'm like, where are all the rides? It's so small here. There's nothing. Where's the rides at? So, they just each have their magic. So glad to have them both.
Yes. Agreed.
Out of all the individual parks you've been to, which one is your favorite?
So this is the Disneyland.
Okay.
All right.
What is your favorite hotel or resort?
Oh, well, now it is definitely the Riviera. But I will say I have not been to Aulani yet. That's 2027 plan.
Okay.
So, but Riviera is high on our list right now. Yeah.
You will love Aulani.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that.
It's magical.
Favorite Disney restaurant?
Okay, so I can't think of the name of it, but if you want to ask me about my most magical experience, it was eating inside Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland.
Blue Bayou.
Blue Bayou?
Blue Bayou, yeah. I still remember the chicken and loving it. But I will say that we had an extraordinary breakfast and experience at Grand Californian's breakfast.
Storytellers.
Yeah, Storytellers Cafe.
Yeah.
That was delicious. Like, the full experience was incredible. We talked about it for like 3 days afterwards. So probably that, but I still have very fond memories at Blue Bayou. I just haven't gotten in there in a long time.
We'll have to try that again. We've been there once and it was not great.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. All right, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe in April.
Maybe in April.
Maybe in
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. Favorite Disney snack?
Oh, the churro
Churro.
at Disneyland.
Yes.
At Disneyland.
Yes.
Disneyland.
Exactly.
I have not tried the gluten-free churros that I've heard Nathan talk about.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're
I
good.
have not tried those yet, but I am a churro for life.
Yep. Those are at Nomad Lounge and Animal Kingdom in Florida, and they are. Oh,
They also
they're
have
so good.
at Dahlia Lounge at Coronado Springs.
Yes.
Oh.
It's the same type of churros, I think.
Yes.
Or the same dough, but they look like a donut, but they taste like a churro.
It's so good. Yes.
Can't
Go
go
up
wrong.
to, if you're going to stay at Riviera from now on, but it's still worth heading over to the Dahlia Lounge up there on the top of the Coronado Springs Tower and the Grand Destino Tower there. And get some churros, get a drink. It's the
Good
perfect
stuff.
way to end the day.
See, that's the hardest part about DVC is that you want to try other resorts.
Yeah.
But then you're also like, but I love Riviera. But, many years, that was another buying point for Riviera, is all the years left on the contract.
Yeah.
Which we're locked in. So
Yeah.
I look forward to many years down the road and getting to try other places.
It just means more trips.
It means more trips, and that's why you get more points, and then you can take more and more trips, and then I need to stop because I'm going to talk myself into getting even more points, and we just did that.
No. We're good for now. We're good for now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. I think Riviera is still selling, Nathan. I think it's almost sold out.
We already bought our Florida contract though.
Yes.
We just got more we just got poly points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yes.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I was like, I would get Disneyland Hotel just so we could have one on each coast.
Yes.
That's what we did. Now.
Yeah,
We have that too.
yep. That's the next plan. So yeah,
And then
my
we
husband
started.
doesn't know about the plan, but it's okay. It's a detail. It's a detail.
Well, then we started off with 2 contracts at Aulani,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
we have all of our bases covered at this point.
Yeah, you're covered. I like it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Kallie, congratulations, you survived.
Yay.
Thank you so much. That was so fun. I like I said, I thought about my answers.
Yeah.
So
You did well.
I feel like I was prepared for this. So thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. Well, you've mentioned a couple things that are you're thinking about. Like what is next on the itinerary at Disney for you guys?
Yeah. So, the first thing we learned when we started telling our family, and this is our method for everything, is we do it first and then tell the family so that the opinions don't influence. So we bought DVC, told our families. And the second, I tried not to say the word timeshare as it does because they panic, right?
Yeah.
We bought a timeshare? Oh, no. And then it quickly follows to, so when are we coming? So are we going to come on the timeshare? So, so we have a couple fun trips booked. So next, they're not actually booked yet because the 11-month window hasn't quite hit.
Yep.
But we are planning on taking my husband's mom and brother and their families to Riviera and do Christmas. Not over Christmas, but sometime in December.
Yeah.
We're going to get what we can get. And take them for December 2026.
Oh, that'll be lovely.
So that's my brother-in-law has never been. His family's never been. My mother-in-law has actually been out once, but they never got to go as a family. So this is our big family gathering, and we're really excited for that.
Nice.
I will probably be in charge of all the lightning lanes, so please pray for me because this is going to be very stressful. but I mean, it is Disney, so you get what you get. You don't throw a fit,
Yep,
exactly.
You love it. So that's the plan. In 2027 is my parents' 50-year wedding anniversary. So we are going to go on a cruise, a Disney cruise. And I have selected the treasure. They said 7-day cruise. And I said, no problem. So, so that was planned for late 2027. And then 2028 is the goal is Aulani with my parents.
Perfect.
So they've done so much for us, and we would like to, it feels so good to finally be able to take them on a trip. So we would love to take them to Aulani. They love Hawaii. They've always been so helpful in helping us get there. This is really an awesome opportunity to be able to pay them back and thank them and take them on a trip to Hawaii.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So that's the plan,
There you go.
That's 3 years out. I don't know if that's enough. We'll have to keep planning. We have to get some more points.
We were just looking at our vacation spreadsheet. Yes, we have a vacation spreadsheet that goes all the way out through 2030. So it's okay. You're not crazy.
See, I'm not organized, guys. I got to get better at this.
Well, Kallie, thank you so much for being on with us. We really appreciated getting to chat.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for what you do. As I mentioned, your podcast has been such a little magic to my Mondays, and I really enjoy your banter and your knowledge and just your overall passion that you share with us. So thank you so much from me and your listeners for what you guys have created.
Oh, thank you so much. It's great to hear that. Appreciate it. We will absolutely have you back on your next trip. Please reach out.
Will do. Thank you so much, guys.
Well, remember, we are not affiliated with Disney or their subsidiaries. These are personal opinions and suggestions based on our own experiences. We recommend working with a travel agent or contacting Disney directly to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have questions or suggestions or would like to be interviewed on our show to share your own Disney experiences, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
You can follow us on social media. We're over at Our Mousecapades. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and YouTube.
And please give us a rating and review in your podcast app. It really helps people find us.
And of course, don't hesitate to share us with your friends and fellow Disney lovers of all ages.
Thank you for listening. We will be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.